What if the most dangerous moments of your life felt ordinary? For many women, a heart attack doesn't announce itself with dramatic warning signs. It can creep in, disguised as tiredness, indigestion, or just feeling off. In this video, we're diving deep into those critical, often overlooked minutes and days. We're sharing first-hand accounts from women who were simply living their lives, walking the dog, making dinner, getting ready for bed, right before they had a heart attack. Here are their stories. Shared by Stewart. My significant other and I were walking the dog. We had walked about a half mile and I started feeling weird, really out of breath and dizzy. I made it up to my bedroom and I collapsed on the bed. My significant other came back from finishing walking the dog and I was passed out on the bed. I don't know how he knew I was having a heart attack, but he did know instinctively what to do. He got me up and rushed me to the hospital specifically for heart issues. They hooked me up with an IV and did some blood work. You know how long that takes? The blood work, that is. Meanwhile, they gave me aspirin and several medications. When the blood work came back, it showed that the cardiac enzymes were up and I was having a heart attack. What was weird is that I didn't have awful pains. It was just pressure on my chest, but very lightly. Women's symptoms are very different from a man's experience. If it wasn't for my boyfriend, I might not be here today, because I had 100% blockage in my left artery, the one they call the widowmaker. I owe my life to his quick thinking, because I had no idea what was happening to me. Story by Sharon Codner. Women can experience symptoms of a heart attack differently than men. I had a heart attack at 49 years old, very young by any means for a healthy woman. In hindsight, I realized there were signs weeks ahead of it. At least 2 weeks before the heart attack, I began to feel ridiculously tired for no reason. Not sleepy, just drained and sluggish. I explained it away. This is a human reaction. When our bodies aren't working just right, we explain it away or let other things take precedent. Work, kids, housework, partners, etc. Work started getting tough because I couldn't concentrate. I explained it away. Then I began feeling a bit depressed. I explained it away. I was also having bouts of indigestion, and so I ate a ton of Tums daily, to no avail. I explained that away too. I felt lightheaded when standing without having high blood pressure or on any medications. I explained it away. There was an unrelenting itch under my right shoulder blade, but I explained it away. The day it happened, I had worked the whole day, got home and made dinner. Then, when getting ready for bed, I began to sweat so much I looked like I took a shower in my clothes. I felt so weak I had to lean against the wall to stay upright. There was no chest pain or shortness of breath. This is especially important for women to remember. In fact, there was no pain. I got so weak I fell to the floor. On the way down, I told my husband to get me to the hospital. That was a big mistake. Call 911. Another very important piece of information. Even if you are not having a heart attack, you need an ambulance for the trip. They can be assessing and aiding your situation on the way. He drove me. The ride was 20 minutes. I am thankful nothing happened in that 20 minutes. I was not in the ER more than a few minutes, and they told me I was having a heart attack. I was 49. I was scared, appalled and shocked. I ended up having 2 rounds of angioplasty with 3 stents put in place. The effects were immediate. I could breathe fully again. I had no idea I couldn't breathe. I could move. My muscles worked. The hospital stay was 5 days. I think it is shorter nowadays. Then lots of medications, some of which I am on to this day. My point is, for women, the signs of a heart attack can creep along without you thinking they are all related. We all feel sluggish from time to time. We all feel blue. We all experience moments where we cannot concentrate. If we learn to read our bodies, we can stay aware and begin to notice those small signals that something might not be right. Keep track of those things. Stay up on visits to your doctor. Discuss those things you feel before this life-changing event happens to you or a loved one. I hope it never does, but it is always better to add it all up. Conclusion. Recognizing the silent signals. As we've heard from Sharon and Shelly, heart attack symptoms in women can be subtle, deceptive, and easily dismissed. These aren't always the dramatic chest pains you see in movies. Instead, they can be persistent fatigue, unexplained depression, indigestion, lightheadedness, or even an unusual itch. In Shelly's case, it was dizziness and breathlessness, while Sharon experienced no chest pain at all, a crucial point for women to remember. Both stories powerfully illustrate a critical message. Listen to your body. Don't explain away persistent or unusual symptoms. What feels like just being tired or a bit off could be your body sending a vital warning. Pay attention to those things, track them, and most importantly, discuss them with your doctor. Early recognition and immediate action, ideally by calling 911, can be the difference between life and death. Your life, or the life of a loved one, could depend on understanding these unique moments before a heart attack. I hope these stories can teach us all on how to better take care of ourselves in the future. Hoping everyone stays healthy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time.